Okie dokie, halftime thoughts. Well, I considered pushing the panic button throughout the first quarter. I really did. Tennessee started out incredibly sloppy. It's not that we played terrible. It's not like that. I think we played incredibly sloppy today, though. So, I'll start out with the good. I'll start out with the good things that I saw. This game went kind of unexpected, to be honest, because here's what I mean, I thought the offense was going to be the ones coming out, dominating, and the defense was going to run through their kinks and all that. The opposite has happened. The defense has been playing lights out against Virginia. I think they've allowed a total of like negative 20 rushing yards, something like that. They've been dominating the run. Virginia can't run the ball to save their lives. Every time they run the ball, there's like 5 defensive linemen there to stop them. Aaron Beasley's been having a phenomenal game. Omari Thomas, who looks like he's put on some muscle throughout this season. He's bodying these running backs that Virginia's got. They can't do anything run-wise. Passing the ball, they're having a rough time there too because the offensive line is just not giving them any time. Tennessee's defensive line will not have any problems this season. That's very obvious. They look incredible throughout the day. The defensive backfield, they had one issue at the near the end of the second quarter where Virginia actually managed to get a drive all the way down to the 20, but they clutched up. They didn't break. It was a bend but not break type deal. Kamal Haddon looks better. Jalen McCullough looks better. I think the defensive backfield is going to perform a lot better this season. And they held Virginia to only 3 points in the first half. So nothing really bad to say about the defense. They've really performed exponentially better than I thought they were going to. So I'm glad to see that things are improving. Now to talk about the offense. First off, Joe Milton looks, I guess what I should start with saying about Joe Milton is that the big concern that I have is pocket awareness. He has not thrown too many deep balls, and the one deep ball he threw, which I will give him credit for, great deep throw, perfect deep throw. Ramel Keaton just dropped it, and it ended up, without all these penalties, without all the mishaps, we're looking at 31, like 35-0 right here, 35-3. But the mishaps have definitely screwed Tennessee over today. The false start penalties, the offensive line is off. Penalties. Virginia's defensive line is getting into Joe Milton's face way too fast. He's not getting enough time to throw the ball. We're throwing too many screens. It's almost like Cheney ball, and I don't like that. I don't like it, but the philosophy is that you can't throw 40 yards down the field every single time you get an offensive possession. I know that already. I just wish we saw a little bit more variety with what we're doing, because I see screens and run up the middle. And Dylan Sampson running up the middle is something I don't understand either. Dylan Sampson is a speed back, not a power back. I don't know why you keep making him run up the middle. Save that for Jabari Small and Jalen Wright. One thing I will give Tennessee's offense credit for sure, we can run the ball. That's obvious. Tennessee will have no issues running the ball this season. The big issue, I think, is when we're thrown into a scenario for, this is Virginia's defensive line we're talking about. It is not going to be this easy to charge straight through their defensive line when we have to play teams like Alabama and Florida, a couple of weeks from now. We're not just going to be able to just blitz through them. We know that. So it's going to be up to Milton to get this accuracy thing under control. And I thought we were going to see a lot more of that throughout this game, but I may have been sorely mistaken. Now, he has had quite a few drives where he's, I think he has improved on the accuracy. It's not 100%, and it's not where I'd like it to be, where I can be comfortable about it, but he is a lot more under control. So, the mishaps have got to stop. I think the offensive line needs to get things under control. Joe Milton needs to get more comfortable in the pocket. you know. And the fourth down calls, some of the calls have been just incredibly boneheaded. There was absolutely no reason inside your own 30 to go for it on 4th and 1. And diving before you even reach the line of scrimmage, incredibly boneheaded decision. That was like smooth brain behavior right there. Absolutely no reason to do that right there. If Virginia had any semblance of an offense right now, this game very well could have been a one-score game right here. So I guess, take the good where you can get it. Tennessee's up by 18 points in the half. Tennessee probably should, expand the lead far beyond once we get into the second half. But we got to get this stuff under control because, it's not going to play out this way throughout the rest of the season. It's just not. When we play some of these SEC teams, we're not going to get the same amount of luxury when it comes to defense. The defense holding these, holding these offenses. We're not going to get that luxury in some of these SEC games. So, I haven't pushed the panic button yet. It's the first game of the season. A lot of kinks to be worked out. It is what it is. So the second half, I bet we'll see a Tennessee team that's a lot more under control. Now to talk about the other games, man, there's been a lot of action. I'll wrap this up pretty quick. Michigan handling East Carolina, that's expected. Colorado is the biggest surprise of these games so far. They're up 17-14 over TCU. That's wild. Nobody expected this. Well, everyone except for the Deion fans. And they might have been right. They're up 17-14 over TCU right now. Shedeur Sanders is having a pretty good game right now. And maybe TCU is just that bad. I don't know. We'll find out throughout the rest of the games. But Colorado seems to be a lot more under control and a lot more prepared for the future than I thought they were going to be. So credit to them on that. I was wrong about Colorado. At least so far. Now, if they go on full meltdown mode against TCU in the second half, then I'll take back my previous statement. But other than that, no, they look pretty okay. Iowa finally getting some offense up on the board. They're up 17-3 on Utah State. Good for them. And as for Oklahoma and Arkansas State, Butch Jones, the man of 5-star hearts, he's currently taking a 5-star butt whooping right now, losing 45-0 against Oklahoma. So maybe the Sooners have some offense going for them. So yeah, that's what it looks like at noon in the halftime in the noon games right now. We'll get some more action as we go down the line. Hopefully the Vols can get things under control and we can relax throughout the rest of the week. Relax throughout the rest of the day too. That would be very important. All right, see y'all at the end of the game.